In this video I'm going to show you how to repair a Peugeot 308 2012 build remote key. This car was completed in 2013, and as you can see the key has fallen apart. This key, it's only 4 years old. This thin bit of plastic is all that holds the blade in place. Yeah, not very well made, and it wore out, as I said, after 4 years, so there's just no way of gluing that back in, and it's such a flimsy bit of plastic, it's a waste of time. So the blade's still fine, but there's not much you can do without the blade being held in place. That's the circuit board that came out of the original key. This is the valuable part of the key. To replace this key is close to $400 Australian, so I obviously searched for some ideas from eBay. The first idea I got was to get a blank shell from eBay, and this was $6.50 from China. And when I opened it, best way to open these is just get a coin and turn that open. It should open fairly easily. Screwdriver makes a bit of a mess of it, but when you open it up, inside there's nothing, no internal facility to hold the battery, no terminal, so this was just a waste of money. Fortunately eBay gave me my money back because of the claims of the original seller, but anyway, that was a waste of time. And I then found another casing on eBay which has the proper facilities for the battery, and the positive terminal goes down in there and it fits perfectly, and it's got a terminal here for the negative side of the battery. Now, as I said, this is the valuable part of the key. Just to explain, there are other YouTube videos on how these circuit boards work, but this particular one, it has the remote entry, the lock and unlock buttons work fine, so make sure they're okay. Over the other side is the valuable part of the circuit board. This is the transponder, which has a 4-digit code that communicates with the engine. If you put this blade into the ignition and try and turn the car over, it will not start, and I understand that's an anti-theft feature of the Peugeot, but if this key is near the transponder, then the car will start. So by transferring this the old circuit board to the new casing, I'm saving hundreds of dollars. So the old buttons that still work okay, but I've got so what I'll do is use the casing, the upper part of the casing. I think it's a little bit easier to do it this way. You place the circuit board in the correct position, and you'll see there's a facility here to lock in the spring. While I'm about it, the old spring, you can see here, there was a thought that maybe I could change the blades over. This key has been recut by a locksmith. I tried to get this, you can't get these blades out, the locksmith couldn't get out. Peugeot, maybe they have some way of doing it, but the way that this spring is structured, it has to be tensioned up and somehow placed in there, but this does not come apart. So as I said, that's a waste of time, and trying to move the old blade into the new housing was not an option. So anyway, we've got the circuit board in place. It can be a little bit tricky putting this together. I tend to put the top part in first. There we go, that's it. Now you'll notice the blade is double-sided. When you take it to the locksmith, take the original blank. They have the facilities at a locksmith to scan this original key, and they will come up with a key cutting code. Alternatively, you can approach your dealer or Peugeot and ask them for the key cutting code. Don't get confused with the 4 alphanumeric immobiliser code. The key cutting code is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 digits long, alphanumerics long, but it's the last 4 digits which the locksmith will need. Their scanner should come up with the same 4 digits as they do with from Peugeot, and the dealer will come up, the locksmith will come up with a report on the scan. Anyway, once they've locked the, once you've put the original circuit board back in, had the key recut, this works fine now, and all up this cost me about $55 Australian. As I said, saved probably over $300 by doing that around. But make sure you get the proper casing from eBay. They're pretty easy to find, and if you check the dealers on eBay, they will show either this kind of casing or the one with the original housing for the battery.